Dude, can we transition to the Australian breakdancer?
Yes.
I love her. My wife hates her. And we're both doing the fucking kangaroo in our
Trouble
kitchen,
in paradise.
the thing. and Jackie's making fun of her, and I'm celebrating her genius.
What are we talking about?
She has like a doc. Do you know this person, Reagan?
I have no inkling about what you're talking
really?
about.
So
Yeah,
breakdancing
I
was an
didn't-
Olympic sport this year. It's only the host country gets to add a few sports, so they don't last from like Olympics to Olympics. It's just a one-time thing. So breakdancing was added to the Olympics this time, and
By
this
France.
Australian woman became their representative, at least for, I don't know. Anyway, she teaches dance. Like she has a doctorate in dance and something else, like interpretive dance and I don't know, gender
She's a
studies
dance
or
doctor?
something. Dude, legally that means she's good at dancing. but in reality, she's terrible at dancing, and she got 0 points in Olympic breakdancing. She was the only competitor in men's or women's to get 0 points. And she went up there like the funny part was when she transitioned from like standing to the ground, it was like I was getting down at 51. Like she slowly worked her way to the ground, and then she did this like Three Stooges thing where she was on her shoulder running sideways, like twisting around.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. There's no one with more self-confidence than Reagan, the Australian dancer.
Oh, I saw it as like she was taking them for a ride. Like she lied and got a free trip to France
like American Idol
for like a week. Yeah. Like, which is also funny to be like, oh yeah, I can break dance. Oh, breakdancing is an event? That niche cultural movement from the late 80s, early 90s? Yeah, we're striking while the iron's hot. Yeah, let's do breakdancing. And then you just get a free trip to France. I hope she had a wonderful croissant as she's like looking at her watch like, oh, I've got to go make an ass of myself in front of the planet. Sorry about that. I'll be back for dinner.
She had these dance moves that like honored Australia. I remember the kangaroo, but there were a couple other ones
kangaroo?
as well. Yeah, that was
Dude, Kyle, I watched it.
She did like an Aboriginal, like siphoning gasoline.
I can't believe you missed Ray Gun. She was like to me the biggest story of my Olympics.
We could all go out there and all just improving, put together comparable routines. Like, and I'm 100% serious. Like it's like she's literally doing the whoop, 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 like running around on the ground. She walks up to the judges and she goes, "Nyah, nyah."
No, I didn't see this. To be honest, I've never followed the Olympics or given a shit about any Olympic event ever.
Same.
The basketball thing seems like a point of pride. It seems like our game. We should always win at it. I kind of have that thought process.
We did.
Other than that, there's a little bit of that nationalist thing where it's important that we don't get blown out by China. I saw this year we beat them in total medals, but tied them in golds. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that. Bet. Here's what Chinese propaganda is 100% saying. I bet they claim Taiwan and all their medals and say they beat the U.S. because they did that 4 years ago.
How are you doing, Will?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm late. It was
you're fine.
Crazy commute home. I'm so glad you're talking about this freaking topic, bro.
The Olympics? Yeah.
The breakdancing Australian embarrassment to the entire.
Oh, bite your tongue. She's a legend.
Listen.
Did you hate it or did you think it was funny?
I would be so proud of my countrymen had I been Australian.
All right. First of all, let me give you some background. I was on a breakdance crew back in the 80s.
Do you know the kangaroo? Is that a movie mastered?
Yeah.
So I got that one straight from Brooklyn, bro. Like that was hardcore. But Jesus, it was. Listen, breaking has been around since the early 80s, as some of you guys know.
Oh yeah,
I take great pride in my dance moves. Still do. Look, bro, I was good back in the day. Like I could 1990, I could windmill, I could. Oh my gosh, I could do a whole bunch of stuff. But it's weird that the evolution of breakdance now, because it's so far beyond what we used to do. You know what I mean? Like it's like the acrobatics involved in it now is just ridiculous. But
I can relate.
The minute we get the world stage, right?
We
as breakdancers
of the world,
of the entire globe, like. bro, why? Like, okay, first of all, there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories saying her husband was on the decision crew to choose who goes from Australia
That helps.
to the thing. I saw footage of the girl she had to beat to get to the Olympics, and the girl she had to beat was much better than her. All right. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, excuse my language, but it's so frustrating because just imagine your favorite sport that if it's not on the Olympics, finally making it to the Olympics, and the one who gets the biggest press is literally the worst one. It's like your drunk aunt from the wedding that should have been pulled away from the dance floor. You know what I mean? And it's
she was just one bad representative.
So you
right?
were you were starting that video up, that part of the Olympics, like, yeah, they've mocked us for the last time. No,
like, bro, it's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. And
how long into the routine until you were like
the first 9 seconds? It was like, I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like because when you start, like, first of all, breakdancing is hard to impress people. It's like being a comedian at the Apollo. You would get booed and shunned if you suck in the circle. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be hardcore about it. And it's like, and it's amazing. I mean, breaking started in New York and Brooklyn or Bronx. That's a whole argument with regards to that. But the Asian kids have taken it over, which is amazing. Like the Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese kids have taken over a lot of breaking. And they've taken over hip hop culture, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Cultural appropriation, I hate it.
It's there's a difference between appropriation and appreciation. You know what I mean? It's a slim line.
You see a Japanese guy with cornrows? Yeah, that's appreciation,
bro. You seen the Japanese guys who are getting perms done to their hair so it looks more like an afro and stuff?
Don't do that.
Like the Zoomer look where they get like those
the broccoli head.
The broccoli head, yes.
Yeah, but they get it like even more intense, so the curls are closer to like the afro.
Talking about Japs with Jerry curl, dude.
Bro, no, not Jerry curl. That's a whole Michael Jackson.
That's a Rick James thing going on.
They're not spraying the mister and everything.
Oh my god!
If I did my hair in a tight afro and blackface, would you understand that was appreciation?
Well, this is clearly one of those.
Woody, your fans would not, but I don't know.
Oh, give this guy a break!
It's so glow. You remember that from Coming to America?
It's just humid out.
Well, yeah. No, yeah, the Asian kids like are getting fades done. They're getting their afros done. Like, that's how much they love hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? And we actually appreciate it, which sounds crazy.
What the hell?
Did he grow that hair or buy
No, that's not
that. I don't know. I don't know about that
fucking hat.
Everybody, there's no fingers to count.
That looks like a wig. But,
fucking hat.
But again,
what are we even doing?
Okay, what are you doing now? What are you doing now?
Now that's a wig.
Take it down a bit.
He went as Blackula for Halloween as an Asian man.
That's hilarious. That's so bad. But again, the Asian when like the Asian kids started getting into hip hop and they started like, you remember BAPE, BAPE, when the Bathing Ape clothing line? I don't know if you're into all that style. When the Japanese kids, they started getting.
I remember Hollister.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus God. But they started getting into hip hop culture, right? Like it came to the point where like Wu-Tang and all the old school groups were touring more in Asia than they were in North America in like the late 2000s, right? And they started bringing hip hop in huge, and they're bringing a whole bunch of hip hop, like Nas and DMX, and like they'd get huge numbers over there, right? And they were really appreciating the culture and the dancing and stuff. And if you're not in the culture, it's hard for you. Like, you would see people using her breakdance routine to represent breakdancing. You know what I mean? Because the average person isn't in the culture. So they would see that and they go, oh, why is this stuff in the Olympics? It looks like garbage.
Well, it's not anymore.
It's not anymore. But
I'm sure there were some cool routines before that lady went, right?
Yeah, there's a ton. Like,
yeah, but this one's getting all the attention, right?
That's the problem, right? And it's like, but the thing is, they didn't want breakdancing in 2020 Olympics, and they decided that from last October. So that's a whole different thing.
So it had nothing to do with this.
So
lady.
it had nothing to do with the lady.
Writing was on the wall. They saw the fox dance coming, or whatever that was.
But if you look at the guys who actually were good, then you realize how good these guys were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And-
I'm sure they're
you know what I'm
very
saying?
good for the most part at it. It's
But-
just it's funny to me as an Olympic. Some of the sports
But-
they add for Olympics are interesting.
But Kangaroo Lady, like she was there walking on the streets, like her husband was there as her coach. You know what I'm saying? Like they went together to the Olympics to
Yeah.
represent
Did you,
Australia.
I was saying to Woody right before you hopped on, I think that they were just taking a nice free trip to France so they could have a vacation. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll make an ass of myself for 45 seconds or whatever it is. Who cares?"
But the craziest thing is, she literally teaches breakdancing in a university in Australia.
Mhm.
What a
Like, that's-
PhD who's
That's what she wrote her
Totally incompetent.
thesis on.
Dr. Dance let them down.
That is if,
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
bro. That is like, I mean, it boggles the mind how someone could let this happen.